Good morning, everybody. Thanks so much for coming to see us today. We're honored because we're huge fans of PSFK and everything that they've been doing. I've been following them for years now. So Mike and Ellie, we're the co-founders of MakerHouse, and really MakerHouse is a membership-based facility. It's a studio meets shop environment where we provide people with access to resources they wouldn't otherwise have, and education and community.
Thank you. So a little bit of background on where the idea came from and kind of how it manifested itself into a business. For the first time in history, we've read that over 50% of the world's population lives in cities. So cities are becoming more dense. That means there's less space. And I've never realized that more than on my commute to work every day. I live in Ballard, and all I see is condos, retail, and apartments going up all over the place.
And with this density comes a real need for collaboration. So there needs to be more spaces and opportunities for people to do that. Organizations like Arcade are creating ways in which people can incite dialogue on design and meet up. There's all these professional organizations around. Meetups are happening.
And then it's never been easier to actually develop and deliver a product idea online. So everyone's heard of Kickstarter. Whether you're raising funds, generating awareness of your idea, vetting demand of your idea, shipping, marketing, fulfilling, manufacturing overseas. It all can literally be done now from a computer at home. So that's where MakerHouse comes in. So essentially our goal is to actually foster those ideas, provide people with space, with resources, education, and community to be able to actually work on their own projects. So why resources? Obviously lack of space. So the more crowded the world becomes, the more space you need as makers in order to be able to generate and create those ideas. A need for tools. Where there's lack of space, there's lack of tools. And materials. A lot of people come to us because of our materials library. Most people in and at different levels really are only using materials that are found at the local hardware store at Lowe's or Home Depot. So our goal is to inspire as well as provide resources. So welcome to MakerHouse. We're over in Fremont. We're approximately 10,000 square feet of prototyping and fabrication space. And essentially, the people that come to MakerHouse come from all walks of life. Originally, our goal is to provide an environment for professional creatives. But we see people that aren't just industrial designers or architects or people that make physical things. We have people that are software engineers. We have people that are project managers for industries that don't typically make physical product. And we've got individuals who are actually running their businesses out of our facility. So Darren here, he's a furniture designer, and he actually moved his entire business from downtown Seattle into our facility, rented a co-working space, and is now here because of the proximity to high quality tools, as well as the community that we're trying to build. A little bit of our metal shop. People are doing all kinds of different projects, personal projects as well as projects for their own businesses. Wood shop. And what's really great is the connections that people make. So whether you're a high-level master craftsman like Darren, or you've just taken a class with us, and now you're trying to get your feet wet in the wood shop, people are always running into one another. So there's mentorship that's going on. People are building their skills in all types of different areas. And then this is always the shiny object in the room. So everyone's familiar with 3D printing at some level, I'm sure. We've got 2 Object 3D printers, which are pretty much what we call the Ferraris of the industry. People come to us in order to conduct business, in order to vet out their own inventions. People are trying to do their own crowd-funded projects. The way in which 3D printing is actually growing and at the pace in which it's growing is phenomenal. People are not only creating product, physical product, but they're also creating the tools to make physical product. So we've got a client who's 90% of what they give us is actually tools for silicone molds, so they're doing some short-run production. And again, the quality is absolutely incredible. The types of materials that are now being produced and available are ranging from everything from plastics to rubbers to glass to ceramic to metal. And laser cutting is another a big attraction as well. Cutting woods, plastics, engraving metal, engraving glass. And the quality is fantastic.
This is our material library, and as Mike mentioned, a lot of people come to us for this because we really showcase a lot of emerging materials, things that you would never be exposed to in a Home Depot. We also have a partnership with Material Connection because they really inventory materials. So they're working with all the suppliers that we've sourced to provide emerging materials like conductive polyester films, different things like that, to order the minimums, because normally these materials would be really inaccessible for people. So now people will be able to go to the Inventables website, just order the product directly in smaller price points. So this is a really exciting area.
And then education. We provide, probably 50% of our business is education. So we provide classes in software, classes in professional development. And the reason is, obviously, there's a lack of creative content in a lot of schools. We want people to, we want to supplement that lack of education. The arts programs are being cut, vocational programs are being cut. Rising costs of undergraduate and graduate programs are getting more expensive, and so people aren't getting the opportunities to get those types of skill sets that we think we provide. And kind of inversely, there's this cognitive surplus that exists. So within larger cities and within Seattle, there's all this knowledge and all this skill, and we're trying to become a bridge for those that have the knowledge and skill and those that are trying to get it. So again, we offer software programs, leatherworking. This is a large group that came together to actually collaborate on a project that Ellie will talk about in a second. And youth programs. About once a month we do this thing called Lasers for Kids for ages 5 to 7 years old, where parents bring their kids over and we show them the laser, we educate them on how a laser works. They come back together and they assemble Tyrannosaurus Rex dinosaurs, color them, and hot glue them together. And that really, it's about, this is just one of many pieces of curriculum that we're going to put together, and it's really about exposing kids at a young age to the technology.
So why community? Well, we really feel that there's a need for support in bringing ideas to life, a need for a physical space where people can come and collaborate together, sort of naturally, actually. Mentorship. Apprenticeship programs are going away, internships are hard to get, and sometimes you just need to bounce ideas off of somebody who might know more than you do. So we see this all the time. People, convening in the space, just, running into one another and engaging. There's a couple of professional organizations that came together to do a kinetic design challenge, which was really exciting because a lot of times organizations operate within silos, like professional groups, like AIGA or IDSA or any of these organizations, but this is really a combined effort. This is just in our metal shop. Glenn is a seasoned metal worker, and he's mentoring Jeff on techniques regarding milling machines. And our gallery is a really exciting space where we showcase members' work. So it's a chance for us to raise awareness about the kind of talent that is in our space, but also in the Seattle community. I mean, there's over 10,000 professional creatives in Seattle, and they're all doing really incredible things. So we encourage them to put branding up and, really display their work and even present their bios. This is Jeff. He's getting ready for one of the many events that we participate in is the First Friday Art Walk in Fremont. And so we open up to the general public to come through and see things they wouldn't otherwise see. And Jeff is setting up for that to showcase his mixtape tables, which here's the art walk happening. And there's all kinds of people in there that would never have seen this work before. We have larger events. So this is our grand opening party. I think we were maxed out at that point in time, but it was a really fun event, and a lot of people from a wide array of backgrounds were hanging out and talking about things in an inspiring space.
So again, our goal is to provide resources, education, and community to people who are really trying to either raise awareness of their own designs or their own brands, or just exploring, trying to expose technology to the children, or provide kind of self-educate, raise their own skill sets, and improve their own career path.
Thank you, PSFK, for having us.